Hi-oh YouTube, my name is Dexter and welcome to the new series, Code Vein, which, I'm gonna warn you right now, couple of things. Number one, it's about to get real fucking anime up in here, and number two, the shit posting is definitely real. I'm not gonna give you any specifics right now, I'm just gonna tell you that my character's name is George, codename Heater. Codename is basically just online title. And I've ruined the game right now. I cannot take my character seriously. If you're wondering who he's supposed to be, when you see him from the front, hopefully it makes a little bit more sense. Just know it's from a movie from 1985, I think it was. Maybe it's 87, I don't remember exactly. An old Christmas movie. My character, every single time I see him, I'm gonna laugh at it. Because I couldn't quite do it justice, but I got pretty damn close. If you don't know who he's supposed to be, it's Heat Miser from the Year Without Santa Claus. And I cannot take it seriously. Every time I see my character, I'm going to start laughing. Also, like I said, very anime. That lady right there, you know, out in the middle of nowhere, wearing absolutely nothing more than, like, a tattered bedsheet. And some weird black cape that she found. And me over here, shitposting violently because I've got a problem is the long and short of it. But this game is basically just Dark Souls if Dark Souls took like every 5 minutes it took the time to explain to you what was happening in as anime and cliche way as possible. But also like Dark Souls, it has fantastic gameplay. It's just gonna take us a bit to get there because, you know, I gotta walk as slow as possible. Also, my character, I tried to make him... I can't really make Heat Miser the way I wanted to. Because I can't make my character 30% face. I tried my best, though. He's just as bulky as he could be and as stocky as possible. Because Heat Miser was kind of short. And he's basically just two circles stacked on top of each other with Wario legs running around. Melting shit. But I really do... Outside of the fact that I'm just... I mean... Just look at me. Just outside of the fact of just, you know, I look like a fucking goon. I'm stoned as fuck right now. Or my character looks stoned as hell. But outside of the fact that I look like a friggin' goon, I actually do enjoy this game. It is a ton of fun. It really is just Dark Souls Anime Edition. And I don't know how else to describe it. Because that's what it is. It's fast-paced, it's got countering, it's got different weapons setups, it's got a bunch of different abilities you can use. It's got all the Dark Souls trappings just wrapped up in a new... I don't want to say trappings because that makes it sound like I don't like the Dark Souls series. It's got all the Dark Souls conventions, but applies them in very interesting ways. Most notably with the class system, but I'll get to that in a little bit when we actually get there. As soon as we're done, you know, cutscening. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. This game is a lot of fun. If you can put up with the fact that, you know, I'm just anime character.
It's all right. It's all right.
The one thing I don't like about this game is that basically I'm silent the entire time except for in gameplay. Cutscenes, I never say a single word, or the character you play never says a single word, but in cutscenes they have, or not cutscenes, in gameplay they have their own, I guess, personality, but this one is just, hey look, I'm the silent protagonist that just grunts and groans all the fucking time. But, the other part of this game is that you're not only as an anime Dark Souls, we're also a bunch of anime vampires. Well, except for one or two particular instances, but you know, for the most part, it's just anime vampires. Like, you can technically die, but as long as one particular point of your body remains intact, you'll just come back after a while. It might take a while, but it'll happen.
Here. This is for you.
I keep forgetting how long this opening cutscene is. We're about to get into gameplay, but you know, I sleep. I'm sleeping on some half-naked anime girl's thighs. You know, whatever.
A new spring, fresh source of labor. We really hit the jackpot.
Every single time I see my character, I'm gonna chuckle. Like in the quieter moments, or in the more hectic moments, it's not really gonna register. But as soon as it's just kind of like, you know, hey, your character looks like a fucking loser, I'm gonna lose my mind. I honestly I can't take this character seriously for very long. Just staring at him kind of messes with. Hey, oh, I can't move the camera. Sweet.
You're awake then?
No, I'm not awake. I want to go back to sleep.
Put it down. Your
All right.
Just fell asleep. So, forgotten about those two, have you? I'll tell you whatever you want to know, but first.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm just gonna leave. I don't care about any of these people. I'm just gonna grab my mask and I'm gonna leave.
3 and 4.
All right.
Check your gear and come up.
No, I don't want to check my gear. I'm just go. Okay, fine. We're going up. All right. So I'm just gonna try and get to gameplay as quickly as possible because you know they got to do a lot of expositioning. Well, I say expositioning, but they got to explain what's kind of happening, why you're where you are, without anything in particular. But I don't know what BOR stands for. I know it's pronounced boar parasite, but it's basically the thing that lets you.
It's dry.
It's basically what turned you into the anime vampire called the Revenant.
Damn it. We're running out of
I
time.
want that guy's
before the
shoulder
next
pads. Can I
election.
have them?
Everything's ready. Right. I'm on my way. All dried up, just like the others.
But yeah.
Yeah, all dried up. So there's no sense in searching with the miasma like this. Let's...
No alternatives. You gotta go.
You know what these are, right?
Blood beads, right?
Yes, very good. Now I want you to search for blood beads in the tunnels ahead of here. You see, it's only a short time before the collectors come to take our levy. But once they do, I'm afraid we won't have any blood beads to give them. If we don't find some, Silva's hounds will steal the shirts right off our
It
backs.
just clicked in my head that, you know, I'm
Well,
still sitting here.
That's the long and short of it.
Why does it have to be us?
Don't ask me. The stupid levy system was Silva's idea. If you have a complaint, I suggest you take it up with him.
I definitely will take it up with him.
You lot go first. Get to work.
Alright.
Don't. There's a better time and place. For now, we just have to obey.
Next!
I keep forgetting just how tall that guy is.
Whoa there. You wait here with us.
Alright.
You can have this one back
See you,
when
Whitehair.
return, in exchange for any blood beads you find.
I mean, she has a name, but I'm not going to give it to you right now. I already know what it
Well,
is. Because I've played a lot of this game. Well, I say a lot. I made it to an area called the Ashen Caverns, or the Caverns of Ash. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's basically just a bunch of underground tunnels. Similar to these ones that I'm going to be going through, but a lot more water. And less human structures, or less man-made structures. But should be a good time, and I'll try to hammer out all of the intricacies of the combat system as quickly as possible in here.
Back up from here.
Short, stocky, angry-looking dude with hair that's supposed to be on fire. You know, just.
I'm Oliver Collins, by the way. Nice to meet you.
I love how generic the names in this game are. Well, for the most part. One guy, Yakumo, I've never... I hesitate to say that Yakumo is a regular name, but, you know. But okay, talking about the characters, or the combat in this game. First and foremost, there are not so much specific classes that you play as. Okay, there are, but there are classes that you can play as. Like, you start the game with 3 of them. You've got the fighter, the ranger, and the caster. You start the game with 3 of them. But the stats that you use are based on the class that you have, and
I say dead, but
unlike the rest of the Dark Souls franchises, your class is not based on your own stat. I'm gonna shut you up real quick because I don't want to talk over you. Shut up. I don't care. Shut your mouth.
so we can
You
just
shut your mouth. All right, there we go. So the classes that you play as are based on your, well, yeah, the classes that you play as you can unlock as you progress through the game. There's a lot of them. And they're all really neat. But your stats are determined by what class you are, not the other way around. It's not like in Dark Souls where you have, every time you want to level up, you go sit down at your bonfire, put a point into strength and health and stamina, and carry weight if you want to be just a juggernaut of a man. This one is the classes that you choose determine what playstyle, or not what playstyle, what class you're going to be. Or how you're actually, or what your stats are going to be. There we go, that's how I'm going to word that. Your class determines your stats, not the other way around. And it's pretty fun. I don't like this giant maul, but you know what? I'm going to use it. Up until I find something new. But there are 6 weapon types in the game. There are swords, great swords, halberds, hammers, which are then subdivided between hammers and axes, and bayonets. And I'm a big fan of the bayonets. I also like the hammers, but that's just because hammers are basically cheating in this game. But one thing that makes this game super interesting is the not only are your classes not only are the classes able to be swapped out whenever you want. I was trying to combine swapped and switched and got swipped. You can change what class you want to be at any point in time. Like, if I don't want to be the fighter anymore, boom, I'm now a caster. If I don't want to be a caster, back to a ranger, and then back to a fighter. I'm just going to max out these things first. But the abilities that you get for each different class, you can quote-unquote master, which, it's like the proficiency requirement. Once you finish a proficiency requirement, or once you master an ability, you can use that, whatever it happens to be, you can use it on a different class as long as you still have the stat requirements to use it. Like, once I complete the triple... Oh, no, I don't have to worry about the triple annihilator, right. Once I complete adrenaline, as long as whatever class I'm playing as has a B rank strength, I can use that with any class that I want. Usually, though, I don't end up with the proper stats for that particular one, because I have for the longest time been playing as a mage, but this time around I think I'm going to be a more physical based thing. But as that meter just said, or that pop-up just said, there's also a thing in this game called the focus state, or focus gauge, which is that gauge with the 2 arrows above my health bar and my stamina bar. As you dodge enemy attacks, deal or take damage, or guard against enemy attacks, you will gain focus meter. The focus meter the focus meter gives you new special... No, I shouldn't say special. Basically, you're harder to stagger, and you get a lot of extra... there are a lot of things that you can do while you're... or not a lot. There are certain things that you can do while you are focused, and it's pretty fun. But this is my favorite weapon type. I like the bayonets. They're pretty neat. But just like in Dark Souls, every weapon has a light attack and a medium attack. They also have specials that they can do. Like, this axe's special is I do that big spin slam. This thing is an engage. There's also launch attacks, which you only work if you're focused, which I didn't know that for the longest time. But if you launch an enemy, and you're... Well, I mean, you can only launch them while you're focused. But if you launch an enemy, you'll be able to do an instant drain attack, which is what that backstab thing is called. You can also parry enemies. You can parry just about anything in this game. It's fantastic. The only thing you can't parry, I believe, are bosses, but the majority of every other enemy that you come across, doesn't matter what they're swinging or what they happen to be throwing at you. Or, okay, it doesn't matter what they throw at you. Like, you can't parry projectiles, but everything else is fair game. I could parry this guy's sword if I wanted to, if I could actually, you know, time it right. Yeah, go get him, Oliver. I didn't time it right. You know, I'm just gonna hit him with this. But yeah, there's a lot going on in this game. And like I said, it's a lot of fun. It's a Dark Souls game, but I don't... I mean, yeah, that's basically the best description. It's just a Dark Souls game. There's no other way to really describe it. It's just, hey, it's Dark Souls. What is it? What do? You do Dark Souls things. You fight enemies. You manage stamina. You do damage. You guard. You dodge. Well, not so much guarding, because I try to roll out everything, because I'm a friggin' loser. But the big change between this and Dark Souls is that they have a map that you can reveal as you travel around areas. Oh boy. Don't care. There's also different armor that you can wear, but the armor really, I mean, outside of stats, because obviously each suit of armor is different. They also have different, what they call drain attacks. The one that I'm currently wearing right now, I think it's just called an ogre style veil, which just gives me that giant hand that I can stab people with. The blue hounds, on the other hand, give me something slightly different. And I think all it does is change your parry timing, and obviously how much damage they do, because this one technically is stronger, but I think this one comes out faster, if you're actually able to parry, but I don't often parry, because I'm garbage at it, and just Souls games in general, but I do enjoy them. But there's a lot going on, a little bit too much for me to describe in one single video, so I'm just gonna, you know, stab this dude in the butt. Tear him in half, actually. I mean, you know, it didn't actually do it, but there's a lot of animations there. And all in all, the game is solid. It's just, you know, it's anime, so if you don't like anime, you probably won't like this. That's gonna kill me, isn't it? Yeah, that's definitely gonna kill me. So what's the point of being over here, then? Or is it just to explore? Okay, it's just to explore, then. Alright. But yeah, my favorite weapons in this game have been the bayonets, the hammers, and the greatswords.
No.
Because
Pass us earlier?
the bayonets are just fun. I like them because a lot of the classes that I use
Are you
on my
okay?
main
Did you get
character
hurt?
are based on, or scale with dexterity and willpower, which is what the bayonets are scaled off of. And it's really fun. And the thing about the bayonets is they aren't just fancy looking rifles. They actually work. You can shoot people. But
I've gone better.
the big change between
Catch up with you in a bit.
the Soul series and this one is that your
Don't worry about me.
abilities
All right,
that you can
go
use,
on.
like my triple annihilator or my other, whatever it's called there, the other thing,
You just focus on finding some blood beads, all right? That girl
or
is waiting
not
for
just
you.
other thing, but there are abilities that you can unlock, and the weapons that you use all have special effects that they can trigger. Well, certain weapons have special effects that they can trigger, but they all take meter, which is that 22 out of 22 in the bottom right corner. That's your I-core. It's just your ability to use specials. You can switch those out whenever you want. But you also gain I-core for hitting enemies. Not with your abilities, obviously, but as you just maim enemies, you get more I-core. I'm just gonna pop this real quick, and then I'm gonna go and backstab. Oh, okay, that wasn't a backstab. Whatever, I'll just slap him in the shins a bunch. But the amount of I-core you get back is based on how much damage you do per swing, I believe, because I'm getting like 1 I-core back every swing, and then a little bit extra. But I think if I were using my other weapon, my bayonet, I'd be getting a lot less. But I can also switch these out whenever I want. Like, if I had another ability, I could switch it out on the fly. I could also switch classes on the fly if I were so inclined. It's pretty fantastic what they thought of for this game. All I know about this company, or the group that made this, I don't know what, I think it's Shift. I don't know the actual name of the developers, but they made the God Eater series as well, which is just, from what if I understand it correctly, it's just more anime Monster Hunter. I want to see if I can't get a parry before I call this episode to a close, though. Swing at me, I dare you. Swing at me, I dare you. Swing at me, I dare you. Swing at me. Swing at me! Swing at me! Alright, fine, be that way. I'll just stab you in the ass then. But one thing I do enjoy is that the strength of my backstabs or parry attacks, whatever you want to call them, are not entirely based on my weapon that I'm using. It's based on the armor that I'm wearing. So the drain attack, this one does slightly less damage, but I guess it has better scaling. I don't know what scaling does, but it's slightly better. But my favorite thing about the rifles in this game, like I said, they shoot. Oh, that didn't go anywhere. Oh, right, I forgot about the slug monster. But one thing that one of my friends that wanted me to play this game with him, the one thing that he told me to really keep in mind in this game. Burst damage is the best. The best weapon types in this game are the hammer and the greatswords, because they do so much damage and are able to stagger enemies super easy. And for the most part, they're relatively easy to use. But I will continue this, I guess, parade of murder in another episode, because I'm going to go. For those of you who are new, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, but if not, carry on your merry way. But for the rest of you ramblers, I will see you all next time as I continue through, I think this place is called Vane? I don't remember exactly. The world of Vane as Heat Miser. And I'm gonna laugh every single time I see my character's face, because I look fucking stupid. But I'm gonna go. Hope y'all enjoy this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody. It's been a ton of fun.